Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Look, we all suffer from stiffness in the spine every now and then, but generally speaking the best thing you can do for a stiff back is to move it. So if you're one of those people with a bit of a stiff back, try out this routine at home. It will only take you 10 minutes and I guarantee it will leave you feeling better than when you started. And if you really enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, or leave me a comment down below with anything else that you'd like to see in the future. So without further ado, let's get into it. Start standing at one end of your mat. Slightly bend the knees, send the arms up towards the sky. Stretch as tall as possible. And as you breathe out, take your arms out and let's roll down. So drop the chin down to the chest, round your upper back. Slowly reach down towards the floor. You can keep your knees soft here. Take a breath in at the bottom. And as you breathe out, let's slowly roll back up. So unpeel your spine one vertebrae at a time until you are completely upright. And let's go again. Breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out, take the arms out and down. And one vertebrae at a time, roll your spine forward. Each one of these, see if you can reach a little bit further down towards the floor. Slowly rolling back up, draw in your abdominal muscles. Slowly restack up tall, and last one, breathe in, stretch up. Breathe out, slowly roll down. Think about really allowing your spine to be nice and mobile. Don't hold any tension, just let gravity take you down. From here, we're just going to place our hands down on the floor. And we're going to come into a downward dog. Now ideally your legs are straight, and then we're going to be bending one knee at a time, straightening the other. Now if your legs aren't able to get straight or you can't flatten your heels on the floor, it doesn't matter. You just take them as far as works for your body. Slowly pedaling through that movement, one leg straight, one leg bent. Really drive the straight leg heel down into the floor. And then place both heels down before slowly dropping your knees onto the floor. Coming into a few cat-cow stretches now. So as you breathe in, look forward and extend your back. Stick your tailbone up. And as you breathe out, round the spine. Really scoop the tailbone in, tuck your chin into your chest and hollow out your midsection. Breathe in, look forward, extend the spine, shine the chest forward, tailbone up. And then breathe out, round the spine. Let's go through that twice more. Breathe in, look forward. We're trying to gain as much range of movement as we can in each direction. And as you breathe out, round the spine. Last one. Now of course, if any of these movements are really painful, just ease off a little bit, just work with your body. Don't force your back to do something that it really doesn't want to do. Now from here, we're going to place our hands a bit further forward and drop the hips down towards the ground into a cobra stretch. I quite like to just shift my hips side to side in this position like I'm doing now, because I just feel it lets me loosen off a little bit around my lower back and front of the hips. Now from here, we're going to keep our hands in exactly the same place. Send the tailbone back and up to the ceiling so it's not sitting down on your feet, and press your shoulders down. This is a lovely stretch for your upper back now. So you're going to feel upper back and all across your shoulders. From here, thread your right arm underneath, stretch it out along the floor, and really aim for as much rotation as you can. And then swap to the left arm. So this is our thread needle stretch. Now we're going to do this little sequence from that cobra stretch again another few times. So let's slide the chest forward up into our cobra stretch. Chest up to the ceiling, hips down towards the ground. Sending the tailbone back up to the ceiling and pressing your shoulders down towards the floor. And finally adding on that thread needle, right arm goes underneath, nice big rotation in the upper back. Breathe into the middle and breathe out left arm. Breathe into the middle. Slide the chest forward and extend it up to our cobra stretch again. Again, you can shift side to side here if it feels good. Hopefully it's loosening a little bit every time we repeat it. Sending the tailbone back. Now this time we're going to sit the tailbone all the way down onto the feet. You can widen your knees a bit here as well if it's more comfortable. Just let your body weight sink down towards the ground and just breathe in that space. Last breath. And slowly coming up. Turn around and lie down onto your back. We're going to be going through some shoulder bridges next, really slowly, and we're going to be focusing on the mobility of the spine rather than the strength of the glutes. So relax your arms down by your side. Now we want to try and peel the spine up one vertebrae at a time, starting from the tailbone first. So let's just do a few pelvic tilts, rocking your pelvis forwards and backwards, and find our neutral spine starting point first. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, tuck your tailbone under, slowly roll your hips up, and then extend your arms up above your head. Slowly roll the spine back down, mid-back, lower back, then tailbone, and place your arms down by your sides. Breathe out, roll the tailbone up to your bridge. Breathe in, lift the arms up, extend them up over your head, rest them on the floor. Breathe out, slowly roll the spine back down, and breathe in, the arms come back by the sides. Breathe out, slowly rolling up. Breathe in, lift those arms. Breathe out, slowly rolling down while you keep that anchor point with your arms. And breathe in, the arms come back down by the sides. I always imagine like my spine is a big long necklace of beads, and I'm just trying to pick up and put down one individual bead at a time. If your back is quite stiff, sometimes you might get 10 beads at a time rather than one, and that's okay. You always just work within the limits of your own body. But doing these sort of movements over time will really help break down that chain of beads one by one. Now, with your hips down onto the ground again, send your arms out to the sides and rotate your knees to the right and your head to the left. Then change sides. I just want you to go nice and slowly one side, hold for a few seconds, then the other side. Always looking away from your knees so that you get that full spine stretch. Now come back to the middle, extend your right leg, lift your left leg up to tabletop and rock it over to that right side of your body. Now from here, trying your best to keep your left hand on the floor, slide it up and over your head and rotate your upper body down so that your left hand joins on top of your right hand. Then reverse the direction until you get back to where you started. So the left leg is going to be staying down, hopefully on the ground, or if not, as close as possible. Your left arm is making that arc shape up and over to the right hand, and then up and over back to where it started. This is a fantastic way to mobilize the whole spine from the lower back, middle back, and upper back. And it feels fantastic. Okay, let's bring that left leg back to the center, grab behind your thigh, pull it towards you and straighten that left leg up as much as possible. Hold for a few seconds, then bend the knee down. Then repeat a few more times. Our hamstrings, which is what we're stretching here, are a really major factor in the mobility of your lower back. So anytime you're working on your spinal mobility, it's a good idea to do a little bit of work around your hamstrings and hips as well. Now let's change sides for the spine twist. So right leg's going over the top, down towards the ground. Then the right arm's coming up, over and down to the left hand. And back to where it started. Trying your best to keep that right hand down on the ground or as close as possible is going to enable you to get as much upper body stretch as you can. So that section of it is going to really apply to your upper back spinal mobility, but also that right shoulder. Let's go for 2 more. Just take your time, enjoy the stretch. And just breathe normally. Try not to hold your breath, otherwise your body tends to tense and push against the stretch. Now let's bring the right leg back to the center, hold behind your thigh, pull it towards you, and straighten it up as much as you can. Hold for a few seconds, then bend it and take the stretch off, and repeat. The straighter that you get your knee, the more stretch you're going to put on that hamstring. But as always, it really doesn't matter whether it goes straight or not. As long as you can feel that stretch, then you're doing some good. Place the leg back down. Come back up to sitting. And sit facing one side of your mat now with your legs staggered, so your right leg is forward and your left leg is back around to your left side. Then stretch your arms out to the side, place your right hand down on the floor, lower your elbow down. Stretch your left arm up, over and twist and reach as far away down to the end of your mat as you can. Then slowly come on back up and stretch over to the other side. And again, elbow down on the floor, stretch that left arm up, over and twist, reach as far away as you can. And take it back round and over to the other side. The key here is that slow, consistent movement. So we're not holding the static stretches for that long, but we're just consistently mobilizing the tissues from side to side. Let's go for the other side. So spin your legs around to the right of you. Stretch your arms out. Place your left forearm down. Stretch your right arm up by your ear. Twist and reach as far forward as you can. Then return back to the center and stretch over to the other side. Place the hand down again. Let's do that twice more. Add on the twist. Back to the center and stretching the left arm up and over. And last one. Nice big stretch over to the side and twist. And then stretch it back round. And over to the other side. Fantastic. We're going to finish up by coming into a crouch position and getting ready to roll up to standing. So place your hands on the floor, stretch your legs up as straight as you can. Hold that position. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, slowly roll back up to standing until your head is the last thing that comes up. Thank you so much for joining me again today. Please don't forget to subscribe if you want to have a look out for more of these videos. Have a great rest of your day.